Simple Machines by Alicia Cannon. Have you ever wondered why a ramp makes moving heavy objects easier? Have you ever wondered why your bicycle moves so easily? Have you ever wondered why a slide on a playground is so fun? How are these objects related? These objects are classified as simple machines. Well, what is a simple machine exactly? A simple machine has few or no moving parts. Each simple machine helps make doing work easier by applying less force. And who wouldn't like to make work easier? Let's explore the different types of simple machines. The first type of simple machine we'll be discussing is an inclined plane. An inclined plane is a slanted surface that is used to move an object to a higher or lower level. A loading dock is an example of an inclined plane. Can you think of any other objects that would be considered an inclined plane? The next simple machine we're going to be exploring is a wedge. A wedge is formed when the pointed edges of an inclined plane is used to do work. The pointed edges of the wedge is used to separate or push apart an object. Using a knife to cut fishing line into two separate pieces is an example of a wedge being used as a simple machine. Let's test your knowledge. Since a wedge is a simple machine that separates or pushes apart an object, would a doorstop be considered a wedge? If you said yes, you are correct. A doorstop is considered a wedge because it separates the door and the floor. Now we are going to discuss a simple machine referred to as a screw. A screw is a cylinder with an inclined plane wrapped around it. It is used to hold objects together. The nut and the screw in the picture are examples of screws. The next simple machine we are going to explore is a wheel and axle. A wheel and axle is a simple machine made of a wheel and an axle joined together. The wheel and axle helps objects move from place to place by turning together. For example, the tractor has several wheels and axles to help it move around and haul objects. Levers are the last type of simple machine we are going to explore. A lever is a bar that pivots at a fixed point called a fulcrum. There are three classes of levers. Each class of lever has a load, fulcrum, and effort that are located around its bar. Now we are going to discuss a pulley. A pulley is a wheel and axle with a line wrapped around the wheel. The pulley on a flagpole is a great example. The cord wraps around the wheel of the pulley at the top of the flagpole. As the cord is pulled, the flag is raised or lowered. Can you name any more examples of a pulley? A first-class lever has a fulcrum located between the effort and the load. A crowbar would be an example of a first-class lever. A second-class lever's effort is located at the end of the bar and the fulcrum is located at the other end. The load is in between the effort and the fulcrum. A nutcracker would be an example of a second-class lever. Now it is time to play Guess Who? Simple Machines Edition. Let's put your knowledge to the test. Here are the rules. Number 1. Look carefully at the picture that appears on the screen. Number 2. Listen carefully to the characteristics that are listed. Once you hear the question, "Who am I?" you may tell which simple machine appears on the screen. Good luck! I am a type of inclined plane. I use my pointed edge to separate or push apart objects. Who am I? I am a wedge. I am a cylinder with an inclined plane wrapped around me. Who am I? I am a screw. I am a simple machine that uses a wheel and axle with a line wrapped around a wheel to move objects up or down. Guess who am I? I am a pulley. I have a wheel and axle that must work together to turn to move the door. Who am I? I am a wheel and axle. I have a bar that pivots on its fulcrum. I must have a load, fulcrum, and force located around my bar. Guess who am I? I am a lever. I have a wheel and axle that must work together. Who am I? I am a wheel and axle. I am a sloping surface that is used to move an object from a high level to a low level or a low level to a high level. Who am I? I am an inclined plane. Let's quickly review. A simple machine has few or no moving parts. Each simple machine helps make doing work easier by applying less force. The different types of simple machines are lever, inclined plane, wedge, screw, pulley, and wheel and axle. I have one more question for you. How do you use simple machines in your daily life?